Hey, you guys. It's Audrey with Changing Tides Energy. Today is day 23 of coming back to you. And yeah, it's just been an interesting day. We woke up to some snow. It is actually 9 o'clock in the evening and it's still light out. Scott's doing like some night shift stuff right now. And sometimes it feels like my day gets started for these videos a little later in the day because I've been happily distracted with other tasks and things to do and experiences to share. We went out to the beach or to one of the beaches, brought some chairs and sat under a covered canopy while the snow fell off the trees onto our laps and talked about non-dualism earlier. It's in one of the playlists here on this channel. Many streams, one ocean. And it's just fascinating to me. Um, it all just makes so much sense and feels so pure and so natural and so right to know and to experience the all knowing truth that we are all connected, not separate from, and we are. We are God consciousness. We are awareness, pure awareness. And that right there at the end of the day, this whole series is like coming back to you. Yes, coming back to me, my ego identity, and this human experience. And it's kind of what it seems like it would be. But what's really happening and why this feels so different for me than it has in the past when I've done commitments to get myself back on track in life. um, there's a richness and a depth and a knowing when we understand and accept and appreciate that we are an expression of consciousness and no separate and no different from. So I'm grateful for that. And you're having this human experience, observing this human experience. And I will say that the topic that I would like to chat about today, this human experience, it's kind of a weird one, but it's so powerful. And that is sleep. I'm wondering what your relationship with sleep is like. I'll tell you a little bit about mine. I'm going to show you the beautiful view. I just really find the snow and the water so mesmerizing. So clear right now. You can see there's no snow here because the tide was here not too long ago. And because of that, the snow is gone. Gorgeous, isn't it? When I was living in a completely different state and space and way of life, I was, um, I've referenced it many times in this series, but I was busy and I was stressed and I was working a lot and I was not sleeping. Like I was barely sleeping. I don't know how that happened. Like, how do you live on 4 to 5 hours of sleep consistently? 6 hours is a big night. A lot of people do that. I'll just say it's not very healthy. least for me, it wasn't. And I so felt like I had to do that. I had to get up early in the morning to work out. Otherwise, my whole day, like, I didn't like anything that I was really doing. Like, it's not totally true. I enjoyed some of the things that I was doing, but I didn't like it. Like, it wasn't like I was jumping out of bed to go live my life because those are the things I wanted to do. I felt like I had to do them and I needed to do them. It's the right thing to do. And, my days would start at 4 and end at 10 or 11. And I don't know about you, but when I'm sleep deprived, my nervous system gets really jacked up and I get dysregulated, I get anxious, and I can't sleep. Then you really can't sleep. If you know you're not going to be able to sleep or not going to get enough sleep, then you don't really get very good sleep. And a lot of people, use support to help them sleep because they need it. I mean, I've needed it at times. There's definitely times where I've used support for sleep. And so here are a few of the things, the natural ways of regulating your sleep if you're in a busy, stressful life, or even if you're not and you're just having a hard time sleeping. Okay. From somebody who struggled with sleep and had decades of sleep deprivation, I'm just finally in the last couple of years actually sleeping normal, which is amazing. By normal, I mean like 7 to 8, 9 hours a night. A little bit more in the winter, probably. A little bit less in the summer because it gets really dark here and it's really light in the summer. But anyhow, the first one is I have to feel peace. I have to feel like my day, was there isn't anything hanging out that I need to clean up. There isn't, any lack of integrity or anything like that. I like to feel good about my interactions, my experiences. I like to do what I say I'm going to do. And I like to take care of myself and share love with those around me. So, how did that go? I know that when I'm in conflict or perceived conflict, I I don't sleep very well, and the mind can get busy. So, what do? Live with integrity. You sleep a lot better if you're living with integrity. The other thing is exercise. Move your body throughout the day. Our bodies are designed to move. They're designed to work. They're meant to. They're not meant to sit as much as we sit. They're not meant to be stagnant. And in my experience, all of my chronic injuries and pain, which I've had many, have dissipated over the years with building strength and with exercise. And if I don't get enough exercise, then I don't sleep as well. It's a little rocky, tripping all over the place. So that is definitely key as well. And I'll just say essential oils are really helpful. Weighted blanket. Um, well, first of all, back to the essential oils. I really love neroli, and that's just a really nice blend. And it's just very calming. I use a few others, but that's the one that's on my mind. Weighted blanket changed my life, especially my anxiety really went up quite a bit after my dad passed away. And that's when I discovered the weighted blanket. And I was single for years of my life after my marriage ended. And then before I met Scott, probably 7 or 8 years, dated some here and there, but really without partner and needed a weighted blanket for my snuggles and my connection. And honestly, this 15-pound weighted blanket, I'm glad I'm talking about it because I forgot about it. It's been pretty warm. It's not, It's kind of a warm blanket for me to use every night, but man, in the winter, it's amazing. But basically, it's just like a little cocoon, and you just get in there and you feel totally supported. Kind of like, kind of feels like that in this little cave I just ended up in, just like under this cliff right here. Usually, this is in water. I'm just looking up and seeing there's a huge like tree right above me that hopefully isn't gonna fall on my face while we're talking. But um, so the weighted blanket's huge. If you're, I mean, even if you have a partner and you can snuggle, like weighted blanket, ooh, at the end of the day is really a comfortable way to sleep. Um, okay, here's another one. White noise or white noise for sleep, nature sounds for sleep, guided meditation. Oh my gosh. Guided meditation for sleep. I think it's, I don't know what those are. Guys, it's so quiet out here. It's literally just me. So when something pops its head out of the ocean, I'm like, what is it? They're just sea ducks. Look at how white it is today. It's so foggy. Sleepy, huh? Okay. So if you are having trouble with sleep, it's true that white noise or nature sounds can be really helpful. And also, doing some deep breathing, like really concentrating on your breath, inhaling through your nose, slowly, deeply, all the way down to your lower abdomen, counting in to the count of 4 on your inhale, holding that for the count of 4, and then exhaling on the count of 4. That can also help you go into a deep meditative state. I also encourage you to speak loving to yourself, to say kind things, and to just treat yourself like the love that you are. Treat yourself like the divine expression of consciousness that you are. Treat yourself like the purity that we are. It doesn't matter. Let it go. Don't beat yourself up. We make the best decisions in life that we can for ourselves at the time. We do the best that we can with what we have at the time. People give you information, believe them. Don't expect other people to change for you. That's not real. The only person that we have any control or responsibility over in this lifetime experience is ourselves. And that's if you really believe in that. But that's an easy way to communicate. Because I don't know about you, but despite all of the comings and goings of life, the fleeting feelings of joy or sadness or fear, despair, they aren't who we are. They don't define us. Scott said it so well on our talk earlier today. He shared that anything that begins or ends within us is not who we are. So although I was crying prior to this video and feeling emotionally sad for really not a specific reason that I'm aware of, that does not mean I am sad. I observed the sad experience and let it pass. If I put attention to it or call my girlfriends and freak out because I'm so sad because X, Y, and Z, like, you guys, I'm going to have to figure out a solution. This energy, if the sadness stays around, it's around my kids. If the sadness stays around, then I know that energy is going to translate into some type of action, going to do something different. So that sadness dissipates. I know for me, spending time with my kids and our kids and all the kids, I know that spending time is going to dissipate all of that. And, that's coming right up. And I can be grateful for that, look forward to it, and take this energy to prepare. And I'm looking forward to it. Spending time with all of them again soon. And in the meantime, it's just a good reminder that the experiences that we have, they are okay. There is nothing wrong with what you're feeling. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing. The only thing is, if it doesn't feel good for you, if you're losing sleep at night, you can reevaluate, you can realign and take different actions and have a different result. It's slow. It's a slow journey. But if you want to do it like I did it and come back to you really fast, set a lot of goals at once, make sure you clear your calendar and go for it. Because although I'm a little dreary today, I am feeling so much more connected to myself than I was when I started this series 23 days ago. And I'm so grateful for that. And I'm just curious. I'd love to hear from you. If you struggle with sleep, are there any remedies that you have that you want to share? Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys, and subscribe if you'd like to continue this journey with me. I'll see you tomorrow.